Today I want to talk about the 5 stages of weight loss. I bet you didn't know that there were different stages of weight loss. Everyone knows about the plateau, but do you know about the other stages? We're gonna be talking about all of that in today's video. Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Coach YAJE, and on this channel we talk about everything health, fitness, fat loss, anything related to that. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing and hitting on that notification bell. To all of you, my returning subscribers, you're welcome. The fed up stage, okay? That's when you come out of denial, you finally realize that, Houston, we have a problem. Something usually happens in this fed up stage because you know how we like to lie to ourselves now. You wear those pants and your thighs are rubbing a little, you're like, then you start to shy away from taking pictures because you don't really like the way you look in pictures. You know, all those subtle signs. You have that outfit that you bought is sitting at the back of your closet that you really don't want to wear because it doesn't really, it's hugging you in places that it was not quite like that, you know, but you still don't do something. And then something finally clicks, then you come out of denial and then you decide to take action. So that stage one, when you're fed up and then there's a triggering event that causes you to like, okay, finally come out of denial and take action. So, you know, when I see people that have actually gone through stage one, I can tell because then they start to handle the weight loss like some kind of an emergency and they take action without anybody having to come after them. You don't really need a coach. They testing for information, they're trying this and trying that. When they finally come out of that denial and make a commitment to take action. For me, many years ago when I did this weight loss thing, it was a picture of a picture. At the time we didn't even have smartphones, so I took a picture and I developed it. That was around 2004, maybe 2003, I forget when, but I took a picture and I watched the picture and it came back and look at it, I'm like, who is this person? And that's what did it for me, like the last time, that it became an emergency. So when I see people that have had that moment, that triggering event, that thing that they can point back at like, okay, this is the thing, I finally decided to take action because of this. I'm hoping for you it is not a medical situation, because then when it's a medical situation, maybe you get diagnosed with something, usually that hits people at the back of their head and they have to take action. Hopefully it doesn't get to that stage before you decide to take actions. Hopefully it is a picture or an image, you catch a glimpse of yourself or your arm in the mirror someplace. And then stage number 2 that usually comes after that fed up and the triggering event is the action stage. This is when I see people exercise discipline. I remember my sister and I, when we had our aha moment and we decided to do something back in the day, we could take one plantain, divide it into 4 and cook 1/4 and eat it with 1 egg, and we were totally fine, like there was no problem. You will be very consistent and very disciplined and you will not even be complaining, okay? So that people that saw you at the beginning of the month, when they see you again at the end of the month, usually they're like, what happened to you? And then month 2, they're like, what happened? Tell me your secret. We've seen that all the time. So you take action in that stage 2 and then you start to see rapid results. I see women in stage 2, whatever hair that they had, they begin to cut their hair. I'm like, whoa, yeah, I see it, because then the hair and stuff, it starts to get in the way of your exercise routine. Next thing you know, you want to cut your hair so you can be washing it. When you're doing your workout, you're putting in your 10/10. It's not just, I'm here, let me just waste time and tell Coach YAJE that I did my workout. They become very, 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 very serious in stage 2 and they lose the weight, and it is very transformative. The plateau where the weight loss stalls, like you've been losing 2-3 pounds a week consistently, and then all of a sudden, regardless of all the work that you think you're putting in, nothing seems to be happening. There's usually 2 reasons for that. Sometimes it's a true plateau where your body is like, okay, what is she trying to do? Is she trying to just have us disappear? And your body brings, into place mechanisms to kind of like slow down, because it's also trying to survive, right? Your body is here for you. It doesn't just want you to lose all, like to just disappear and finish, right? So it's gonna try to slow down your metabolism a little bit so you don't continue to lose weight rapidly, right? There's some of that, which is a good time for you to just kick back and practice maintenance and practice what it takes to just maintain that weight. What most people do when they hit a plateau is they look at it as a negative thing and they stop what they were doing instead of learning how to maintain. If you can stay in that plateau and not go back up immediately, because the plateau is when you haven't reached your goal yet, but you're not losing. So you were here, you drop here, and then you go like this before you drop again to your goal weight is down here. You can learn to just walk with the plateau, make sure you get your workouts in, and then eat right, and just see how it feels like for your weight loss to be maintained. Then there's another kind of plateau where, because now you've lost all of that weight, even though you're not quite there yet, you relent. You start to drift. The thing that you were super disciplined about, you're no longer super disciplined. You're skipping a couple of workouts a week. You're no longer, attacking that weight loss with the same sense of urgency. And then the weight loss stalls. And then you say you have plateaued. That is not a true plateau. It's just that you've become very complacent and you're not doing the work like you used to before. You're tasting and licking and nibbling and eating this and that and the other more than you used to. And so the weight loss stalls. They all count. So be careful if it's a true plateau or a false plateau. But yeah, stage number 3 is that plateau stage. And then stage number 4 is you finally get to your ideal weight, however you define that. And I challenge you to have an ideal weight range and not a particular number. For me, I give myself plus or minus 2 or 3 pounds. So I have a 5-pound range. I can be at the lower end of my range or the higher end of my range, but something, because your weight is never one number. It usually goes up and down, but give yourself a range and have an ideal weight range. But anyway, you finally get to stage 4 where, okay, now you are at your goal weight. And people think, oh, since I have reached my goal weight, that's it. I can just go back and eat normal again. You don't get to eat normal again. So at your ideal weight, usually, maybe you require a change of wardrobe because now you're down a couple of dress sizes. Feel free to celebrate. People are celebrating with you. Everybody's like, okay, some people will celebrate. Some will not find that change very funny. They would want to say things to you that are not very kind. I was told that I looked very ugly because I had lost so much weight. And to me, when somebody said that to me, I was like, that is a validation of my effort. I never knew in my whole entire life somebody could think of me as skinny or lost too much weight. So that I just turned it around, like, thank you for saying that. That validates my effort. But be aware that when you finally get to that ideal weight, it is not the promised land. It's a journey. You haven't arrived anywhere. Yes, you've gotten to the ideal weight, but another stage is just about to begin. But enjoy it, celebrate it, not with food anyway, and understand that you haven't now reached a stage where the journey ends. It's just gonna continue. Maintenance is a whole another ball game. I have seen people get to the goal weight and then boom, next thing you know, they're hiding again from social media, and then they're back to where they started and then some. I have seen it. So maintenance has to be approached with the same the same idea, the same whatever you did to lose the weight. That's why I'm more of a sustainable weight loss strategy. Whatever that you did to lose weight should be a strategy that you can see yourself doing over and over and over for the rest of your life. That's why it's a lifestyle, because you're gonna need the same habits, the same skills to maintain the weight. Okay, so if you eat vegetables, you're gonna eat vegetables in maintenance. If you exercise, you're gonna exercise in maintenance. If you took weight loss pills, what are you gonna do in maintenance? Take weight loss pills? I don't know. You answer that question for yourself. But maintenance it looks stable, but it's a very dynamic process. It's like you have to constantly balance that. So it looks the same, but you're acting to keep that balance. If you've ever tried to walk on the balance beam, you know what I'm talking about. There's several forces that you have to keep in balance. You have to balance your life with your nutrition, with your fitness, with your mindset, your mental state, your emotions, and all of that, so that you maintain that weight rate. So those are the different stages of weight loss. I'm interested to know what stage you are in right now. Are you yet to be fed up, like truly fed up? Are you in the action stage where you're taking action and seeing results? Have you plateaued? Have you reached your goal weight, or are you in maintenance? Let me know in the comments. I hope you found this video useful. If it added any value to you at all, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and please share. And don't go without subscribing and hitting on that notification bell. I thank you so much for sticking with me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.